Having access to a complete gym is great, but sometimes a couple of dumbbells is all you've got. This lack of equipment, however, is no excuse. As long as you can follow the right plan and push yourself, you can make crazy changes in your body. In this video, I'm going to give you a complete full body workout for muscle growth that you can do from anywhere. All you need are a couple of dumbbells. But first, I want to share one huge mistake most trainees make when training with limited equipment. If you don't have the proper equipment, it's likely you'll have to be forced to train with lighter loads. If this is the case, it's best to train close to failure. Think about it like this. For exercise number 1, if you only have 30-pound dumbbells but would normally be able to use 40 pounds for 10 reps, simply push that lighter load for more repetitions. If you want to know the scientific reason, it comes down to something called Henneman's size principle. Your muscle fibers are recruited from smallest to largest. Basically, the biggest, most important muscle fibers won't even be used until they're needed toward the end of the set. So if you're training with lighter loads, it's absolutely critical that you train to failure. Keep in mind, I'm going to prescribe a rep target, but if the weight you have is lighter and requires higher reps, then make sure you take the set to failure or close to it. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the workout. Exercise number 1, dumbbell front squats, 4 sets, 10 reps. While we could start by hitting other muscles like the chest, it's important to do the heaviest, most fatiguing exercises first. When you perform a barbell back squat, the weight is behind you, so you bend over more to keep the center of mass over your midline. Dumbbell front squats allow you to have the weight in front of you so that you stay more upright. This in turn will make the exercise more quad dominant. This is especially useful for those with pre-existing knee or low back conditions. A 2009 study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that the front squat was as effective as the back squat in terms of overall muscle recruitment, with significantly less compressive forces and extensor moments, making them more advantageous for individuals with knee problems. The dumbbell front squat could be performed by holding a single dumbbell with both hands up to your chest, though technically this would be a goblet squat. Over time, you can increase the weight you're handling by using 2 dumbbells. Simply raise each dumbbell to your shoulders so that it's easier to squat downwards. If you feel a little bit of tension in your core, don't be surprised, as the core isometrically contracts to keep the weight up. Consider this a bonus of doing front squats. Exercise number 2, Romanian deadlift, 3 sets, 12 reps. Up next, we have arguably the best overall posterior chain builder, the Romanian deadlift. Unlike the squat, the RDL focuses on the hamstrings and it's purely a hip extension movement. This is why the exercise is so effective at targeting both the glutes and hamstrings, as they are both responsible for hip extension. Research has also confirmed that when it comes to building big hamstrings, RDLs elicit near maximal hamstring activation. If you've ever felt the tension in your quads, or more likely your low back when performing this exercise, then here's a quick cue you can use to ensure you're targeting the glutes and hamstrings. As you bend over, push your butt back as if you're trying to close a drawer behind you. Although it may be a funny image, this simple cue will make it much easier to feel this exercise in the target muscles. Exercise number 3, dumbbell rows, 4 sets, 10 reps. The dumbbell row will primarily target the traps, rhomboids, and lats, and depending on how you perform this exercise, you can either shift the emphasis to the lats or mid-upper back. If you're aiming to hit the mid-upper back, flare the elbows out a bit and focus on squeezing the shoulder blades. If you want to shift attention to the lats, then lead with the elbow to the hip in an arc. If you do this, you'll likely have your torso a bit more inclined so that the reps are more in line with the lat fibers. Regardless of how you decide to execute this movement, make sure you're using a full range of motion, as research shows this leads to more muscle and strength gains. Exercise number 4, floor press. 4 sets, 10 reps. The floor press is similar to a dumbbell bench press, only you do it on the floor, so your range of motion will be cut a bit short. For best results, pinch your shoulders down and back. This will help keep your shoulders safe and expose the chest a bit for greater activation in the pecs. Perform the floor press just as you would the dumbbell bench press and focus on using the pecs to bring the arms across the body. If you have access to a bench, I recommend sticking to a traditional dumbbell bench press instead. Exercise number 5, standing dumbbell overhead press. 3 sets, 12 reps. One study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research compared different types of overhead presses. They looked at the standing barbell overhead press, the standing dumbbell overhead press, the seated barbell overhead press, and the seated dumbbell overhead press. The results were pretty surprising. The standing dumbbell overhead press led to the most activation of the deltoid muscles. Since it's a little awkward to get heavy dumbbells to your shoulders, this exercise is perfect for higher reps. And because of the stabilization requirements, you'll even get a bigger stimulus in your mid-delts. Exercise number 6, dumbbell curls. 3 sets, 15 reps. The biceps are responsible for a few functions. First and most obvious are elbow flexion, or bending the arm, and shoulder flexion, or raising the arm in front of you. But there's also another function called supination, or rotation of the forearm and hand to turn your palm upward. Unlike the barbell, the dumbbell allows a freer range of motion. Besides allowing a more natural, comfortable movement, it also allows more variation with how you curl. My favorite way is to curl the dumbbell and then supinate or twist outwards, almost as if you're trying to touch your pinkies to your shoulders. Studies show this allows greater muscle activation in the biceps. And if you feel your forearms give out, try curling with both arms at the same time rather than alternating. This would mean less time that the arm is just sitting at your sides while still taxing your grip strength. Exercise number 7, dumbbell overhead extension. 3 sets, 15 reps. Like the biceps, the triceps cross the shoulder and the elbow. Because of this, your shoulder position also affects how the tricep muscles are activated. That's why I recommend including triceps exercises that place the arm behind you, like in a triceps kickback, in front of you, like in a rope pushdown, and overhead, like in an overhead extension. While performing the dumbbell overhead extension, I like to squeeze my glutes and make sure my core is braced so that I'm not excessively arching my back. To ensure you're achieving the greatest stretch on the triceps with this exercise, try tucking your elbows as much as possible. So there you have it, a dumbbell-only full-body workout for mass. Remember, all you need are a couple of dumbbells, the right exercises with proper execution, and to take each set to or close to failure for best results. As a beginner, I recommend you stick to a moderate approach by doing full body workouts 3 times per week. But as you become more advanced, I'd recommend experimenting with more frequent full body workouts. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below, as it'll truly help out the channel. Also, if you're an intermediate or advanced lifter whose muscle gains have stalled and are looking to jumpstart new muscle growth, grab a copy of my brand new program, Mass 5 Full Body. This is a high frequency full body workout for intermediate and advanced lifters who are looking to take their physique to the next level. And right now you can get an additional 25% off by using the coupon code MASS25. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Peace.